Welcome to Mic Check Waifu Waifu.
Check. Mic check, waifu. Tell them, is that you?
And it's time to get it set in stone.
This is episode 349 of Mic Check Waifu. As always, it's brought to you by Patreon. Patreon.com/Mic Check Waifu is where you can get early access to the video version of this podcast. So we can get access to the Patreon exclusive podcast, The After Stories, where you can get access to the pre-show, which goes live 2 days before this episode airs for everybody, everywhere else on all podcasting services. Shout out to the Patreon producers, explicitly Ked the Pro from Chaotic Culture Podcast, Fear, Semi Sensei, Frozen, T Money Fingers, Dad Needs to Talk, Christian the Archivist, All for One Matt, Rob Stone, Matthew H. the Great, and last but certainly not least, TK Does Battle Rap. Thank you so much for producing this and many episodes of the podcast. The reason why I did TK Does Battle Rap is because he's been spitting this week, particularly today, on the day we were recording this in Discord. So special shout out to the producers for producing this and many other episodes of the podcast. Mic Check Waifu is the anime podcast brought to you every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. Central Time. As always, make sure you rate us on all podcast services wherever you listen. Like us on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Mic Check Waifu. It means a lot if you do. It helps us out quite a bit. Trying to build up the YouTube a little bit more because our podcast is mostly a podcast. Go figure. But yeah, we're trying to get the YouTube going. So thank you so much for the support. We appreciate you. We got a big episode for you today. This week we are going to be covering the top 5, count it, 5 must-watch spring anime. We're going to do it in order in which, order of importance is what I like to call it. So we got that, and we also want to pick a show to review for the mid-season review next week. Also, special announcement, next week is the spring anime midterms. Can you believe it already? The spring anime midterms is next week.
It's right there, bro. That's crazy.
So if you're a YouTube watcher, early access to the video version of this podcast, like the producer Rob Stone, you can comment on the YouTube video with your midterm grades. Or if you listen to the podcast on all podcast services and you're in our Discord, drop them in this thread, 349 thread. Drop your midterm scores and we'll share them on next week's show. And then remember, all the listeners we got, if you want to participate in the show, join the Discord, discord.miccheckwaifu.com. It's that simple, that easy. Get you in there and be a part of the conversation. A lot of great stuff goes on in there. We're going to cover some of that today. Anyway, I talked a lot. Sorry. So how you feeling? You ready?
I'm ready, brother. I'm just organizing my list in my head before we get this going. I got my top 3 already.
Okay.
The top 3 is easy.
In order of importance?
In order of importance, yes.
Now remember, y'all, we only do the shows that are new too, by the way. So keep that in mind. We are not going to do the returning stuff. Only the shows that are new. We're obviously going to say, if you're watching, ReZero, of course, ReZero. Reincarnated as a slime, of course. Watch that. Wistoria, yes, watch that. Etc. Anyway, episode of the week this week, Tell.
Sadly, it was extremely easy.
So easy. By like a lot.
Which I was actually contemplating choosing something else. Wistoria of Wand and Sword.
Yeah. That's both our episode of the week. Easy.
There's just so much.
Yeah. Now, mind you, I'm just not to take away from ReZero, because again, ReZero is the greatest anime of all time. Great episode this week, particularly, and we're going to talk about that in the second half of the show where we do our spoiler talk. But we're also going to bring Wand and Wistoria to spoiler talk as well, because I think this episode was great. Again, very cliche, but this is how you do cliche-ness right, if that makes any sense.
100%. There's some comments I agree with, and we'll get to that when we get there.
Yeah. I can't wait. Anyway, Tell, let's talk, before we get into that, I want to discuss something that I find very important. And this happens, I think every season with a show based on when they come out. Now, because I watch shows as they release and well, you know, way my life is set up, I can watch them as they release as soon as they drop usually, or the day they drop at least minimum. And I find it very important that I mention this because at the beginning of the week, the talk that goes on TikTok, really the only social media I'm on just because it's funny. But the talk of Witch Hat Atelier was beaming through the beginning of the week. And as soon as Wanda Wistoria dropped, everybody forgets that Witch Hat Atelier existed. And that is, and I'm going to be 110% honest with you, it's exactly what happened to me. I totally forgot that I watched Witch Hat Atelier this week. And mind you, I like the show. The show is fine. It just completely got erased, pushed out of my mind until we literally sat down to record. And during the pre-show, when we were talking about just other stuff, I'm like, damn, I forgot. I did watch Witch Hat of Atelier. I don't know if for those who have access to the pre-show, you could probably see my face where Tell's talking at one point, and I look and I tilt my head like, huh, because I just remembered the fact that I watched Witch Hat Atelier, but in my mind it was gone because of Wanda and Wistoria, and it just overwritten my enjoyment of Witch Hat Atelier, because that was a great episode, by the way, of Witch Hat. But it was gone.
Yeah. And funny enough, that is, goodness gracious, you kind of phrased it perfectly. When I watched Witch Hat Atelier, I was like, God, I love this anime. And mind you, I watched it the day it came out, because I'm not quite like Polow where I'm watching everything when it released, but this week I watched everything on the day it released. That was Monday, by the way. Stuff. Yeah, so I watched everything else that released today. Today. So basically everything I was caught up on the day it released. And Witch Hat Atelier, after watching Wistoria, Wanda, and Sword, I was like, what happened the rest of this week?
It just did that.
Yo. And mind you, everything basically but ReZero.
Yep. That's exactly, yep.
Demons in Shadow Realm, I had that still basically ingrained in my brain because that was...
I skipped because the dub delayed.
Well, that was today, right? Did it release today?
Yes.
Yeah, so I watched it.
That was yesterday.
But I would have watched the dub.
Right.
I would have watched the dub regardless. But Wistoria, Wanda, and Sword was really just that good.
Yeah.
Not to say anything bad about Witch Hat Atelier, because I do think it is... when I said it in the beginning, that it feels like it's restoring a little bit of hope in me, specifically for like how it's kind of phrasing itself or framing itself. I think it's really good. Do I think it's the best? Absolutely not. And it does suck that it came out with this season with Wistoria coming out.
And ReZero.
Or season 2 and ReZero, yeah. It came out in a stacked season.
Yeah.
But still very good.
Yeah. It's weird because this happens all the time with certain shows. Like 1 minute I'm watching the episode of JJK and that shit is brilliant. It's art. It's as the zeitgeist say, it's peak. But then something comes on, like what was else that last season that would always do that? Because I remember Winter, Hell's Paradise.
Yeah,
I mean that's the perfect one. Even you and I are the polar opposites. That it just shows that it completely overshadowed the fact that I watched JJK, and JJK came out I think at the beginning of the week. It just all happens on when it falls during the week. But I still think if Witch Hat Atelier came out the same day, Wanda and Wistoria will still be top of mind.
Okay, well, last season is very hard to compare because we also had had the final season of Fire Force. We had Oshinoko.
Yeah.
We had Freerin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like JJK was gonna they were gonna get hit hard regardless.
Yeah, but they did a good job, mind you, because I was very much on the fence of JJK because I'm like, I enjoy the show, don't care about none of the characters.
They had good peaks with technical ability.
Yeah,
that's what made it really good this season. Is that a lot of the technical ability they put into what they made this season was
brilliant,
above and beyond.
Yeah,
but the actual everything else that's happening, that's all encompassing to the show, it was good. I would put it above regular shonen for sure.
Yeah, easy. I mean, that's not even a question.
But am I putting it above some of the stuff we saw
Yeah.
we saw last season? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely not. That's what I'm getting at. Last season really cooked.
I'm about to spring this on you. You're about to hate me so much. Let's play a game, Tell. All right, Jigsaw.
Oh, goodness. Here we go.
It is spring. And technically, in all technicality, it's the halfway point of the year. 2 seasons down, 2 seasons to go. Let's find between 2 seasons, and this is sparking from a comment that Mazer Alter said. Shout out to Mazer Alter, a part of our community for a while now. He said, this might be presumptuous of me, but this might be contender for anime of the year. Now, this is the midway point, 2 seasons down, or 2 seasons up, 2 seasons down. Let's determine what we consider. Now, this season isn't done, obviously. We're truncating it a little bit because we're only halfway through this season. But I still think it'll be fun to find a show that we might consider to be anime of the year this year so far. So far, just a fun little game. Just a fun little game. Even with the, I guess you can call it, the stuff we have out now. What would you say would be contender for anime of the year for Mic Check Waifu? Now, this isn't about Crunchyroll because I don't give a fuck about what they do in their award show. I never watch it. Every year, I never watch it. I don't care about the nominations. I don't care about who win anything Crunchyroll, and I don't care about people talking about who should have won what in Crunchyroll awards. That don't mean shit to me because Crunchyroll is owned by Sony, and Sony's going to pick their shit all the time. And if you believe that Crunchyroll awards being anything legit, you're a psychopath. I just want to get that out there. So my antagonist goes to you for believing in the Crunchyroll awards, but do what you want. Anyway,
there we go.
For you personally, Tell, so far, playing a fun little game. I know shows ain't done this season. What would you consider your animated contender? 3, 4 shows, 3, 4, 5 shows, don't matter. Pick as many as you want. So far, I got Oshinoko. Okay. I got Hell's Paradise. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to say Fire Force because it was a part 2 of a whole season. So I'm Xing that Fire Force out for me. And I would even, let me see. Let me go 2 here. And Freerun is so fucking good too. God damn it. I'm gonna even go. I'm gonna go. So far for this season, Classroom of the Elite. I'm fucking enjoying that. Maybe I should stick to new shows. Huh? Should we stick to new shows? Is that easier? Mind you, I'm coming up with this on the spot.
Okay, if we gotta stick to new shows, that's gonna be different.
Yeah, it's gonna be different. That's hard to do though, because it's not that many new shows I would even consider even in the conversation. Journal with Witch. It's probably the only one. No, you and I are the polar opposites. I'm tripping. Journal with Witch, you and I are the polar opposites. So I'm gonna go 2 for winter. And I'm gonna go 2 from spring. That's how I'm doing it. You can do it however you want. New shows. Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku. And then I'm gonna do
for new shows. I feel like Journal with Witch is a clear,
like top 3.
Like it's a clear standout.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yep.
And I mean, even amongst like the shows that were returning, Journal with Witch was just like
that's a little bit tough with returning shows.
Well, what I'm saying though is that like it still had a place. You know what I mean?
Okay, depending on your list and how big, right?
Well, here's what I'm saying is that it was for a lot of the shows that were returning, they were like action based. So Journal with Witch was like a change of pace in comparison to a lot of the shows we have.
The genre don't matter when you're talking your anime of the year.
I understand that, but I'm saying it was still like a change of pace. So it gave itself a little bit of a, I guess, room is what I'm kind of saying. What I'm trying to say. Journal with Witch, if I'm saying like for shows that were new, is probably one of the 2. where else am I going to go? Currently, let me duplicate this screen real quick.
I'm liking stuff that is unconventionally fresh.
Yes.
That's where I'm going for my anime of the year so far. Again, this is just so far talk. And I'm thinking stuff like Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku so far.
Well,
you and I are the polar opposites.
Well, that's where I was going to go next. I really like Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku.
It's top tier.
That is one of my personal favorites this season.
Yeah. New shows. It's my number one new show. I must call it.
Oh my god. Yeah. That's just. There's just so much good in that show, and I also really, really like Akane-Banashi, just for like, because it does get, and I know it's gonna sound obviously, but it gets repetitive. But there's this thing that I just feel like the way that it's delivered in the storytelling element of it is engaging, at least for me. Yeah. It might not be as engaging for others, but for me, it's extremely engaging, and it's one of my favorite shows in general this season.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Akane-Banashi is good. I like it a lot. It's so forgettable for me personally. Like I forgot to watch it this week, and I don't feel bad about it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're fine. It was delayed this week.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah. It like that. It normally comes out on Netflix and it didn't come out this week.
Oh, Netflix. It's on YouTube though.
Oh, I did not check YouTube. I always go Netflix.
Yeah, it comes out on YouTube. So, especially if you have YouTube Premium, you can watch it with. Yeah, of course. You can watch it with the premium bitrate.
I hate to say it, I'm not watching those ads.
Yeah, flat out. But yeah, that's where I kind of stand this year so far.
Yes.
Before we get into the top five, I guess I already spoiled my number one. Fuck. But anyway, before we get into the top five, I do want to give a special shout out to TK, one of our producers. He gave us his cut week. So, and I want to share it because it's important. It's important to us. Anyway, when you take time to participate in the show, we're going to obviously try to share it on the show. DK says, I was hella busy last week, so if y'all don't mind, here's my cuts for the week, or cuts for this season. Marriage Toxin, Born, couldn't even finish the first episode, like most of us. The Warrior Princess and the Barbaric King, I hope it would have gotten better, but it didn't. Yeah, rightfully so. Petals of Reincarnation, solid first episode, bland second and third. That's a fact. I don't know why it's still on my list, but it is. The Food Diary of the Mismade, I just stopped caring. And I want to touch on that a little bit later. Then Agents of the Four Seasons. How to make someone care about characters less in 3 episodes.
Wow.
So I want to comment on a couple of things here. It's hard when I watch 3 episodes of something and I watch that first 2 and I care. It's hard to get me to stop caring. Like, y'all don't understand. If y'all listen to the beginning of the podcast, y'all do know. Y'all do know. But I used to love Attack on Titan so much. Okay, so much to the point where I think I put it in my top 10 or something like that. I loved Attack on Titan, and then the requisite seasons came. The following seasons came out, and it was terrible. It was awful, god awful. I'm sorry if y'all don't like hearing that take, but it's a fact for me personally, and it's because I stopped caring about the characters. Okay. To make me to stop caring about something is very hard to do. And in that particular case, I did. It happened a lot this season. I stopped giving a fuck. The Barbaric King, she just was hard to deal with. And I stopped caring about any progress she was making whatsoever. Even though the last episode I watched was a better episode than the one prior, I didn't care. I just didn't care. Agents of the Four Seasons, the trauma dumpy show, the beginning, all they did was trauma dump over and over and over. I didn't know you. I don't even know who you are, or what you do. I don't care. So I didn't even continue to care. And now I'm seeing clips of people saying this has the best animation. It's wit. Of course they're going to have the best animation ever. It's just what they do. But I don't care to watch it. I don't give a fuck about it and nobody in it. So that, and then
Petals of Reincarnation.
Petals of Reincarnation.
And that only did it because of how the character feels wishy-washy, flip-flop.
Well said. Well said.
If he was a character who kind of stuck to that edge.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know how sometimes you see a show and the character's too edgy? Mm-hmm. He should have been more edgy, if that makes sense, right? He should have been more edgy, and it would actually solidify the show in a better dynamic.
That's crazy. That flashed in my mind when you said that.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah, because if he was, it would have been better.
I genuinely agree with you, because it's a show where I was like, I care less now.
Yeah.
Like that first episode, I was like, I care. Second episode, I was like, I hope I still care. Third episode, I was like, I don't think I care anymore.
Exactly. It's crazy. It's a crazy feeling to have felt, to care 1 minute and to not care the next. It's so strange. Yeah. TK, I feel everything about this list. I 110% feel like this is probably. It's crazy because I think, what was it, like a month ago? Me and TK was on the polar opposites when it came to a lot of shows. But now lately he's just been spitting. He's been
synchronicity is a thing, brother.
Yeah, it's crazy how it's just all synced up.
Even if you're on the opposite side, sometimes it just brings you together. Yep. And especially when, like, because we're at that point where we're at the halfway point or the halfway mark of the show. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times they're going to give us a little bit of a climax or something that feels like it's leading to a climax.
Yep.
And if they're not delivering, and then other shows are really delivering, everyone's going to kind of be on that same page for the most part. I think you and I and a lot of listeners here might like a little bit different shows than like the consensus may be.
Right.
But it does bring us as a community to a better focal point to say, okay,
yep,
I kind of see where we agree in general, in a general consensus of the season.
I want to say shout out to you for your new sleeper pick. I'm enjoying this more and more. It's getting a lot better. It is a lot better. After that first episode, you start to become a part of the flow state of the show. Got the nice dub, very good dub. Amazon, shockingly, Amazon did a fantastic job with this dub, and it's a nice narrator because they are jumping around still as they did in episode 1, but it feels more connected than it did in episode 1. And now it's a flow state going with each episode where you know how it's kind of going to go when they're going to tell you about the next day, and they're going to say, okay, you're this, you're that, and then blah, blah, blah. And it's going to keep moving. It's going to keep flowing. And it's flowing so nicely that I'm very happy with this show. Nippon. For those of you who aren't aware of what I'm talking about, it's Nippon, Son Goku, the three nations of the Crimson Sun. Very good show. Very, very good Amazon original production or whatever. Great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I actually I am enjoying the show quite a bit in comparison, and especially the I want to say eccentricities, but I don't think it's eccentric necessarily because it's more.
I think it is.
It is eccentric, yes,
Yeah.
but I'm thinking more of it's almost historical with a twist because it's like it's trying to lean into like what feels like a historical context, but putting a twist on it because it's not our real life history, but it's
Correct.
playing on the
It's
history of like another civilization or another timeline almost.
Call it parallel universe, essentially. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
It's good though, man. What's so good about it is that it does get out of its own way, which I enjoy. At first, I didn't, because when you first doing it, you want people to connect with your character. In that first episode, maybe it's because Tell spoiled me on like a major incident that happened.
I did, my bad.
But it didn't. I didn't care enough about anybody. Still, like even though as I'm watching the whole thing, I still don't care about his wife or him at all. Like period. But when the show progresses, I care more about everything that's going on. The world is the main character, and I care about the world. That's what it is essentially.
The stratagem, the politics, where the politics aren't like, I feel like the politics are overt because they're telling you directly what's happening.
Yeah. But
they're still like, they're overt but underneath. If that makes sense. Like, you know what I mean? And that's really cool.
Good. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. Let's get into this top 5 because we're dragging. All right.
Sorry.
I was just having fun. It was a fun conversation. Starting off, this list is shout out to one of our producers. This is coined after him, Rob Stone. This is the Set in Stone list for the top 5 must-watch anime of the 2026 spring anime season. Okay. We are only going to do new shows. Returning ones aren't allowed. So, new shows, and this is going to be in order of importance. So, which show we feel like you must watch versus shows that you could watch or you could not watch. You'll be okay. And everything in between that. So, let's get started, shall we?
Let's go, bro.
Starting at number 5. My number 5 must-watch show this season is definitely going to be Ramparts of Ice. Now, this isn't my favorite slice of life this season. This isn't even my second favorite slice of life this season. But it is a very good slice of life. Now, with this particular slice of life, it's your atypical, be usual miscommunications and misunderstandings that are samey if you are a slice of life head as I am. But is the show very good? Yes. Is the characters likable? Yeah, absolutely. Is it easy to watch? 100%. So, Ramparts of Ice is my number 5 must-watch show. It's 2026 spring anime season.
My number 5 is Akane-Banashi. I feel like the show itself, after watching it, I've kind of looked at how people tell stories in like literally my real life. And I think it's a really interesting dynamic because like Polow, I don't use a lot of social media currently, but one of the ones I do scroll through, just like Polow might, like when he talked about Witch Hat Atelier or Atelier, is like TikTok. And a lot of that conversation dynamic on how people share their stories, I'm like, because of this show specifically, I'm looking at if people can shift characters when they're conversing, when they're talking about more than just themselves. And I do think it's a very cool show, and it demonstrates an idea of that, like the storytelling element itself, how it can be delivered, and looking at something outside of the tempo of delivery, or looking at something within the tempo of delivery, the context of delivery, who your audience is, and trying to tailor it towards that could hugely benefit and change how something is received. It could just be like my fascination with understanding how you think about something when you're watching it or listening to it. But I absolutely do adore like what this show is attempting to do here.
Yeah. This is a tough list this season for me personally. Because there's so many places I can go, right, with this list. It's tough though. It's a tough one. And mainly for the reason why you said. But for me, number 4. Oh, this is tough. Number 4 for me is going to be okay. Yeah, I'm doing it. Habari's Teenage New Game. It's a tough list, man. This is a tough list to make. Now, this isn't very popular, but I think this is unique enough to know where it has a nice structure, right? The conflict that happens in the show, it's great. The students are essentially the main character is relatable in a sense. And the situations he's being put through you have an understanding of it because of what they established at the beginning. It's a perfect through line for this particular style of storytelling, and it has you sitting there. And I'm honest. To be honest with you, I'm sitting here like, man, fuck, why are you doing this? But then I remember the communication is the issue that he has, period, because of what he's went through in the past. So it's a well structured story that I enjoy. That's different. That's unique enough that I enjoy quite a bit. So I do think you could watch it. It's worth it. Oh, this is tough. It sucks.
This does suck.
This really does suck. Can I audible?
Mm. Do you want an audible? You got an audible?
I got an audible.
Audible.
I gotta pull an audible.
You got an option?
Yeah. Let's take out Hibari's Teenage New Game Plus.
You had to mention it. It was an honorable mention.
Yeah, it's an honorable mention. Let's replace that with Kill Blue at number 4.
Mm-hmm.
I think this has to be in a list somewhere. It has to be. It's just that much of an enjoyable show. If you liked Sakamoto Days, you're going to love this 10 times more. If you hated Sakamoto Days, you're going to love this one 20 times more. Kill Blue is kind of the perfect, and now mind you, I'm missing this week because it was the dub is behind, and you got to watch the show dub. It's fantastic dub. It's a better dub. But this one surprised me. It's different. It's unique. It's fucking fun. I love the character. It's perfect. It's a great show right now. So yeah, number 4 is Kill Blue. No way.
My brother Saurus Rex gets on my nerves. I'm not gonna lie to you. Kill Blue was about to be right here for me.
Number 4. Okay.
Yeah. Here's the issue: is that even with the sub, it was still a fun episode.
Yeah, my wife said it too.
I cannot wait for the dub though.
I know the dub is so good.
But it really is like a lot of the character dynamic. This show, what I feel like we lacked in Sakamoto Days, and I hate to
character.
Do we compare? I'm sorry.
You got to.
It is the character, right? You know what I mean? Sakamoto Days is a lot of reminiscent history of the character rather than the character being in the moment and having that actual engagement with that moment, right?
Yeah. The drive, if you will.
Yeah, this show does that. And quite literally just shows you what our character is and isn't. While also keeping it light and fun. Mm-hmm. It's really enjoyable. It's just enjoyable. High key cannot wait for the dub to come back so I can just sit down and chill and watch it over.
Yeah, being a week behind is rough, but once this week catch up, I won't say dub this episode this week. I'll be just one episode behind, which is fine. As long as I got a dub episode a week, I'll be happy. Okay, number 3. Number 3 for me is pretty easy. I mean, it's Daemons of the Shadow Realm. It's one of my favorite shows this season. Top tier shonen. Perfect nostalgia feel, as TCB mentioned in the Discord. It's great. It's a great show. And again, this is another one which dub is fantastic. The sub is good, according to Tell, too, so I trust him on that. But I want to watch it dub because, again, that nostalgia feel and the dub voices are just great. They're good. They're really, really good. So, Daemons of the Shadow Realm, very, very good. A must watch this season for sure. 25 episodes. I'm excited about that.
I think our lists are going to start to sound very familiar around this part.
Yeah.
I think because we only really have the same options left.
Yeah, exactly. If it's the same, it's the same.
Demons of the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
It same everything Polow said, and mind you, sub was fine. But this episode, on top of everything that happened, the conversations that happened, it does have this really. Here's what they're doing. They're playing into the nostalgia of the fact of it being and looking like Full Metal Alchemist.
Is it too much?
Not being. I'm gonna say no because it's kind of like a fun little quirky thing.
It's tasteful.
Like it is tasteful. I think this is gonna be funny for a lot of people, but I do think it's tasteful, and I say tasteful in the sense of like how Fire Force does have some callbacks to Soul Eater.
Yeah, and they're brilliant.
And it just links the worlds if that's how you want to think about it. I don't think this necessarily links the worlds more than it like just is a like something for you to look at that feels nostalgic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And honestly enough, it still, this moment that they have in this show is actually extremely creepy. Like it makes me think of like, I'm thinking about Greed from Full Metal Alchemist, and it not Gluttony. It makes me think about Gluttony and how kind of creepy he would be if you saw him in real life. And that's just like a random pull because that's not necessarily anything to do with this specific moment. But it does have this really cool, like nostalgic feel on top of it having its own world, own base, its own story. And then this lore that they continue to develop on. While I was not thoroughly impressed with episode 1, the build on it is what I'm really enjoying for this show.
It reminds me of how the Ramparts of Ice at the very end of this episode had that you and I are polar opposites little Easter egg in it. And how you and I are polar opposites had Ramparts Easter eggs in it that we didn't know yet because obviously Ramparts wasn't out yet. So I find that kind of stuff endearing, if you will. What number am I on? 2? 2. My number 2 anime. It's pretty much probably gonna be the exact same list for us both. But my number 2 is Witch Hat Atelier. It's brilliant. It's a great show. It's beautiful. What more can you say about it? Very dope episode this week, but again, it was overshadowed by Wanda Wistoria, unfortunately, because when we get to Wanda Wistoria, I got a lot to say about how brilliant it was in the second half of the show. But yeah, it's good. It's definitely really, really good. This is one time that I'm going to say this. The thing about Witch Hat Atelier is that it is being absolutely carried by its aesthetic. And I mean that. It's very pretty to look at. Witch drawing stuff and this child being the most lackadaisical, uncommon sensed infused girl it would be pull back on my girl now.
I just said the same thing. I really was just talking to somebody about the same thing you just said. I used the same exact words, bro.
Yeah, it doesn't carry the show whatsoever. It just feels however, it looks great. Okay. The mystery and the intrigue is there and it is gripping me. The intrigue of these brim hat witches are gripping me. And the story of Gojo Jr. is whatever he got going on. So it's gripping me in different ways than what other stuff gripped me in, like Frieren. As a main character, I love her to death. Same with Subaru. But it's not, Coco is not gripping me like that. It is nowhere near close to that. So it's being carried by the mystery and the looks. I'm gonna be honest. But I like it. I enjoy the show. Shit, maybe it should have been higher.
Well, I actually struggled because I wasn't sure on where I wanted to put it. Because I was thinking maybe Demons of the Shadow Realm because I felt like in the long term that could prove to be better. But as of right now, this is where I have to put it. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm talking about like right now. I have to put it there
because the mystery.
My mind is telling me
it's gripping.
Yeah, my mind is telling me like in end of season Demons of the Shadow Realm I might put higher.
Right.
But as of right now, Witch Hat Atelier, what it's really doing for me is like you just said, mystery. Mm-hmm. There is a gripping, whimsical sense to this world, right?
Yeah.
But while whimsical, it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
They're telling you directly how not to use magic, why they're not sharing magic with everyone, even though anyone could do it, right?
Right.
And it gives you this idea as to like the history of it is dark. It's grimy. Mm-hmm. And this show doesn't look dark and grimy per se, unless they're specifically doing moments of it. Like you were saying, it has this very almost like a Ghibli smooth pastel color tone to it.
Sure.
It feels lightly softly painted, and it does have this nice flow. I think it sounds good, everything like that. Yeah, I agree though. Like, Coco isn't the most enticing character,
right?
But there's just
none
so
of the
much
characters
to the
are really
world.
that compelling, really.
Yeah, but there's so much to the world, and if you look at just I want to know more about the magic, how it stacks, how it works, because that's what's gripping about the show, the mystery, the stuff we don't know, and I do think they do a great job with filling it with that magic that feels like you want to engage more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it makes me want to see more. So I do have to say Witch Hat Atelier as of right now is number 2. But in my heart, I feel like that might change at the end of the season.
I am thoroughly shocked that our list is so similar this season. Interestingly enough, my number 1 is easy. Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku. I spoiled it at the beginning of the podcast. This show turned out to be one of the most special, funnest, funniest, endearing shows ever this season. Yeah, it's just that simple. It's just that simple. You think the show will go one way and it swings another way, and it's just it's beautifully drawn. It's absolutely well written. And it's just, again, the characters are so endearing and it's unique enough to where I'm like, I like the way this is. It's even seeming like it can spawn into some sort of conflict, but you can tell that it won't be written bad, like poorly, because of where it's leading. It's just, some stuff can be, they can go anywhere with this and it'll just be great. And it's been great. So Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku. This is a must watch for me. If you watch anime and if you like slice of life, period, add it to your list. It is the best show this season.
So
That's new.
Polow might not agree with me, but for my number 1, I kind of had a little bit of a struggle.
Okay.
Mostly because I befriended the second prettiest girl in class, right?
Really good.
I really enjoy that show. And there's a lot of, I guess, the character dynamic and how they perceive each other and the way that the relationships work in there is interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
But Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku, like Polow said, has to be number 1. And I say that with regard to the fact that it's deeper. It's a deeper pit of like where the understanding could go, in my opinion, than I befriended the second prettiest girl.
Yeah.
Girls Can't Be Kind to Otaku. What it feels like is that all of these characters just have more to give. All of these characters have more to develop. And I'm not trying to do a direct comparison, but it does feel that way.
Yeah,
is that when I befriend the second prettiest girl in class, there really feels like there's only really truly one character who's developing there, and it's that second prettiest girl. Like that's who we're getting all the information gathered around.
Yeah.
And Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku, it feels like all 3 of these characters have their own lives. They have their own kind of buildings and understandings, and we're getting more of each of those characters as we go. I would say less of our main guy character, but we're still getting more of him as we develop. You know what I mean?
I think we're getting an equal amount of all 3.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is that in comparison, it's like the development for these characters, the backstory, the possibilities even where it could go is just so much deeper, so much more developed before it even comes to light that it just makes it shine for me.
It's very fun.
As a person who's not the slice of life head here, it's a hit in my heart.
Yeah, it's a fun show. I watch it without ever losing a smile on my face. And if you can get me like that, then you're a favorite in my book.
But the reason that you don't lose the smile, right, is that while, and I say this because you have a glimpse of like serious moments all the time.
Oh yeah, a peak. Like
it's the idea that the moment could get serious at any point, but then it goes to this lighthearted. Okay, well, here's what is actually happening, or here's what it looks like, and everything like that. There is no lack of discussion and communication, even with like the silly mishaps with like the girl who does not want to be perceived as an otaku, but is very clearly an otaku. But then the other girl who is like
the gal. They're both
gals, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she is clearly much more of a homemaker and doing more for her household, but is also very just like friendly and probably just being perceived in a way that she really isn't. She's probably a lot more friendly and soft than people might see her as even.
Facts. I want to just say this real quick since we're done with the list. This studio is all over the place.
Are they? Is this for gals? Can't be kind to otaku?
Yeah. They have Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku, Dr. Stone, Science Future, Core 3, Always a Catch, Rent a Girlfriend, Season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dr. Stone, again, Honey Lemon Soda, Sakamoto Days, Blue Box, My Wife Has No Emotions, High Card, what the fuck, Bakugan. I mean, what the fuck? Don't toy with me. Nagatoro Second Attack, or Nagatoro in general. The movies, To Me, The One With You, The One Who Loved You. The movies we did that review on.
So they got a lot of work though.
Fruits Basket. These motherfuckers. Like, am I looking at the producer or something? Am I looking at the wrong thing? No, it says studios.
Fruit Baskets was good.
It is insane. They got a lot going on. But right now, they absolutely cooked with this.
Yeah.
Wow. Unbelievable. Congratulations to Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku for getting our must-watch #1, both of ours, for My Check Waifu, the anime podcast.
It was easy.
Let's
You deserved it.
You definitely deserve it. Let's get to know My Check Waifu. Tell, it's my turn to roll a random number generator. Your turn to read the question. Or is it, did I get it mixed up?
No, you roll the number, brother.
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
What you got?
Shout out to All For One Matt, one of our producers. He's like, y'all, this is the second time of the week. Y'all had to re-roll 27 times. And we're going to keep doing it until we clear the list completely. 52.
Re-roll.
33. Patrick Ewing.
Re-roll.
41.
I had this jersey, by the way. What is your favorite anime opening sequence?
I'm going to go with this season. Kill Blue.
Really?
I really like that opening sequence. And the song is a K-pop song. My wife knows, of course it is. But the art of it, it's so fucking artistic. It's like a cinematographer's dream, the way it's fucking shot. It's insane. The way the camera follows and fucking that moves around. It's just beautiful. It's a beautifully shot intro.
Funny enough, the music this season is very KJ poppy.
It is, man. Strong.
and mind you, I'm not even like, I guess I would say I prefer J-pop over K-pop, but I'm not even a hater. I think they have great sounds in general.
It's too culture vulture-y for me. I
ain't gonna do it.
They just bite. It's just hard. It's just.
But it's. I ain't gonna do it. That's another conversation for a different day.
Then they hate us. Okay, all right. I mean, it's just. I ain't gonna bring that here.
Why are you in my head?
You know what I'm saying? They hate us and they
they hate us. They hate us.
I
don't
get it.
Leave me alone. All right.
Oh my goodness.
My favorite anime opening sequence is probably I'm gonna go with Made in Abyss season 1.
You always go with the easy one. Pick something from the season, bro. Pick something from last season.
From this season?
Yeah, that's what makes it fun.
I went with the easy one.
Yeah.
I'm talking about something that's like in my head, like on a regular basis.
Yeah.
All right, give me a second.
I always give the intros one listen. But Kill Blue, I listen to it every single time.
Because I feel like I don't want to go with the same thing as you. That's irritating. I feel like the time I reincarnated as a slime season 4, their intro is very good.
It is
this season.
Yeah.
And I listen to that every time it comes on.
I don't necessarily have to go with listening either. It could be just something you like to look at. Because I really like the look of Kill Blues. Like that shit just looks so fire.
I'm gonna go with the Tamagotchi Reincarnated Slime season 4.
Okay.
Since we gotta do something from this season, bro, just trying to make it hard.
Hey, I was just making it fun, man. You know. All right, let's get into the spoiler talk. We're going to start off with. You want to start Wand and Sword or ReZero?
Let's go with the Heat immediately.
I mean, you can't say that because they're both was, and I'm gonna say why they both was.
I'm gonna say this.
They're like, would y'all just pick one already?
Let's go with Wand. No, let's go with ReZero first because I feel like Wand and Sword. They people want to talk about it. So let's end with that.
Okay. What ReZero cooked is because it just made that guy's fucking theory just feels closer and closer to being correct.
Mm-hmm.
And the theory I'm referring to is what we talked about 2 weeks ago, I believe it was 2 episodes ago. 347. I mean, there's no fucking way in hell that Subaru isn't the same Subaru fucking time traveled or some weird way because of what they just unveiled this particular episode. And that's what's her name? Shaula, something like that.
Yeah, Shaula.
Her master being somebody named Flugel, which smells like Subaru. There's no chance in hell that it's not Subaru. The answer to the test being the whole, again, we talked about this last week as well, or 2 weeks ago as well. Sorry, my dog is, if y'all can hear him, moving around so he can get comfortable. He just fell. Sorry.
Chill, dog.
He like slipped in his cage and fell. But stop, Akai, please. But the whole the witch factors, or not witch factors, the apostles, I think they're called. Yeah, the apostles being named after the star systems, and even this test with the whole star system. Like, there's no way in hell that somebody that's not from Earth. Now, we do know that there are other people that it is being reincarnated into Lagunica or whatever. But there's no way that everybody that's associated with this Earth star system have no idea what fucking, Regulus is, or fucking they don't have any idea of what any of that means. That's per se. Yeah. So like, how is it not Subaru being from this is hard to explain, being from the future brought back into the past to stop Stella, from being born again? Like, how's that not the end of the story?
So I was drawn to that theory again, and I hate the fact that you brought this theory to my.
It's fucking you up, ain't it? Because it's
foresight, right?
It's fucking me up too.
Yeah, but here's also the thing, right?
Because you notice a bunch of little shit.
Is that if you get trapped in another dimension, you find out there are a few people who are from your world in this other world, right? Mm-hmm. You get trapped in this world, you find out there are other people from your world, and you try and find a way to communicate with them without saying, "Hey, I'm different in this world," without trying to draw too much attention to yourself. Like, I feel like Flugel being who they were will already be like a huge, like, hey, we got to pay attention to this person, right? But then you set up these little barriers to like communicate. And I think that could be part of why these apostles have these specific names, right? And that's just me saying, like, kind of like counter theory, because I don't want to think directly of like what the guy's theory was, because that's stuck in my head now. And I'm not, but I'm saying that, like, if you are someone who was reborn in this world, and let's imagine that Flugel, and let's not even imagine that, let's say every time that this person who might even be Subaru was truly reincarnated in this world, like let's say Subaru lived in this world once before, and they're back to redo it. They were born under another sense authority, where they had a different power, a different essentially like path to follow, and now they're born under this witch's authority, and now they have the rebirth or birth, they have the rebirth ability. Essentially what we're looking at is like the idea that they're trying to communicate, and that, yes, I think that the a part of the story stays the same, where they're like trying to communicate and say, hey, this is how you make it through this world. But I don't necessarily think it's specifically only set up to communicate with Subaru, is I guess where I'm going. I think that it's a grander thing where the communication is open to those who would be Japanese or someone who is from that same Earth, who could see the constellations and say, oh, I do understand this. Mind you, if you're not smart, you're not gonna get it in the first place, right?
Why would Shula say that you're my master to Subaru? She said because he smells. No. She said because he smells the same. They
smell the same, right?
You think that's just because they're both from Earth, or?
Well, I think everybody who's recognized Subaru is because of his authority.
Oh, it's witch factors, yeah.
And whether they recognize it in a different sense, every time they've seen Subaru, they've recognized it, right?
Yeah.
And if you also know, it's always been very specific characters. It's never like, oh, Amelia recognized him. Because when Amelia first saw him, no idea who the hell Subaru was.
Yeah. He
just was dressed weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Majority of the characters see Subaru and they don't have any idea as to what kind of importance he could have. Ram, nobody who sees him just immediately knows. You know what I mean? But as soon as like certain characters see him, like Betelgeuse wasn't. He saw him, and while he was like, I have to kill him, he recognized that there was something different about him. Shula, she recognized him, and there's something specifically different about him. There are characters who, and I think it was even Beatrice. Yeah. She recognized him and saw that there was something different about him immediately.
Let me ask you a question, though. Do you remember what ReZero official name is? Like it's conical name.
It's ReZero rebirth by rebirth.
It's relife. It's not relife. It's ReZero. Life in a different world from zero. That to me, again, this isn't even based just off that. This is with that theory back in the back of my mind. Starting from zero is stating that we've been here before. That's where my mind is going. So, and now they're saying, Flugel was the sage or whatever. And then and we're back till it disappeared, but you guys aren't going to really notice much of a difference. But what I was saying was, I was stating that what I'm trying to figure out is how the hell, what is how in the order in which things happen, if the theory that I mentioned is even remotely correct. Okay. Mm-hmm. So the way that I mentioned it, I was thinking, I'm like, okay, so if it is, let's say Flugel is Subaru, she says she's been waiting there for 400 years. Right. How does something like that work, right? Because if it is, it's Flugel is Subaru, and we're thinking that he went from the future to the past, how the hell is he her master 400 years before that? So that's why my theory is like off when it comes to if Flugel is Subaru.
Of the people who've interacted with Subaru while he was in this world, right? Which ones are the closest to Subaru? Like in terms of who they are.
What you mean in terms of who they are?
The only people who Subaru has kind of interacted with, right? Had some kind of moment with them that would be Subaru-esque is his parents. And I'm not saying that there is a way that they could be, but I'm saying that what if this is not just a specifically he is specifically Subaru? What if this is like a almost like a lineage thing, where Flugel isn't just Subaru? Flugel could be somebody that Subaru could be a descendant of Flugel.
Oh, that was
like
also.
I said, I don't know, but I'm saying that like I'm thinking about that episode where he did get to talk to his parents. We know that what that was, but I'm saying that like, what if Flugel isn't directly Subaru, but more of a like Subaru is a descendant of who Flugel is. So when they see Subaru and they see the naming of Subaru and they Flugel and Subaru can be spelled the same in Japanese, or just in general, right? That these characters may be identical or reminiscent of a sort, right? I think of a lineage. I think of these people may have a different correlation that could be passed down. Is I guess kind of partially how I'm thinking of it.
Yeah,
and like I said, I could be entirely wrong, but I do think that the idea of what Flugel overall is, it could even just be a title. Like Flugel could be a cover up of what Subaru truly is. And I think if it's a cover up, then it actually is just Subaru himself reincarnated. But I do think it could also be the idea that Flugel is Subaru is a descendant of Flugel, and that's why the names line up like that.
Yeah, because I was thinking to myself, I'm like, how is he still alive? Is he like using Regulus power or something like that in the past to be, like, I don't know. I have no idea. I have zero fucking clue. So this
or he could have better control over the
factors,
of the factor ability or the birth revive ability, and essentially when he chooses, he can just die all the way from the beginning and go back and start over, and this gives him a chance to almost like, I'm not gonna say recalibrate, but have a second chance at everything.
And you have to think, right? Like whoever this person is setting up these clues, they must either have the same situation it is as Subaru, where you can't mention anything directly, because if you mention something directly, then you die, or whatever the case may be. Like it could be that. Oh, it's just so much, man. There's so many pieces of this puzzle that we don't know anything about, and it keeps me so fucking curious as to how they write this shit. How are you so good? Like it's just, you're unbelievable to write something so complex, yet it still is viable in the sense of like an anime goes. It's great. It's fucking fantastic, and I can't state enough that ReZero is just being the best. All right,
here season after season with very minimal ideas.
100%. Every single time. All right, now moving on. The episode of the week this week. And this season, unbelievable season. Wine and Wistoria. Now, let me talk about this really quick, Tel. I want to mention Wine and Wistoria doing something obscene.
What's that?
We're on the second season of Wine and Wistoria, and they hit us with a video game title card at the very end of this episode. Mind you, Finn also said that this was just a prologue. The real story begins now, is what he said at the end. And then the title card comes up. Boom, 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 boom. Like when you're playing a video game and you're doing like the prologue, you're walking through a tutorial, and then all of a sudden the world opens up and you see the title card. Fucking tells of Wistoria or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it popped up like a video game, and now they're saying the story starts now. Boom. It's the most cockiest, overconfident, crazy, fucking amazing shit I've ever seen in an anime.
And I was gonna say, was that not the best feeling in the world?
Yes, dude, it was incredible because we had a whole season before this. Meaning, y'all saying that was just a fucking prologue. All of this up until these episodes. Mind you, this season has been cooking these first 4 or 5 episodes insanely well. Like season finale-esque episodes as far as our Discord is concerned. And they just opened up and said, okay, the prologue is over. Let's actually start the show now. Come on.
This beginning of this season, it made that prologue season, right? Because you know how sometimes people will do a show and they want to come back and do a prequel. We already got the prequel here.
Yeah.
We know what's happening here. Yep. But we got the prequel, and now this does genuinely feel like where the story starts, even though we've already been connected to these characters, and that's what made it so good. We're already connected to the characters. They gave us a great prologue. They gave us a great prequel with this first season, and now this season it does feel like this is officially zero.
Yeah.
And it was a a beautiful bow on top of everything, because this is officially, and mind you, we've had chaos since episode 1.
Yeah. Yes, we've
had chaos since episode 1, but it feels like, okay, the chaos started, but this is where the show is now officially taking place. They give us the story of like the witch, Wistoria.
Yeah.
Her wand and sword, and like not even all the details, right? Because they still left a bunch of mystery. We get to see so much happen. We get to see conflict amongst each other, amongst like the diaspora of people, where they're like the dwarves and everyone else are not happy with each other. Mind you, we already knew the elves didn't like humans in general, because the elves just were supposed to be better than them. But everybody got to come together in this moment, because it's either that or everyone's getting cooked. Everyone's done.
I just want to state that I saw this video, and this is important that I state this right now. And mind you, sorry to throw you off your
no, go ahead, brother.
Flow, using a flow state there, but I got to say this. A video popped up on my timeline. This is one guy whose takes I fucking always hate. But he said, Black Clover better hurry up and return, because what Juan and Wistoria is doing is top tier, blah, 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 blah. And I just had to say, I'm like, you cannot, and if anybody believe this, you cannot put Black Clover in the same sentence as Juan and Wistoria. Well, mind you, there are some, quote unquote, some similarities, magic. That's it. But you cannot put this in the same category. And if you believe that they are, you are a fucking fraud to all anime con. If you believe that these two are even remotely close to each other in any way, shape, form, substance, story, anything, you are an absolute fraud, and I would never trust your anime opinion ever. Black Clover is shit, okay? Now, mind you, if you like Black Clover, it's fine. You can like Black Clover. Don't take away the fact that it's shit. It is objectively terrible, okay? But you could like it, you know. A lot of people like objectively bad stuff. There's people out there that like fairy tale in real life. It's objectively shit. But if you like it, you could like it, whatever. But this and that, they're fucking the opposite sides
of
magnets.
Two different wavelengths for real.
Bro, they're on the opposite sides of they're magnets. Like the opposite side of magnets, you can't push them together. They're so fucking far apart. It's disgusting. I just wanted to say that. Then I wanted to state that while this, dude, the trope blinders that you can put on with this show, because it's so well paced and fucking written and believable, and like you believe the emotion that comes from the characters. We believe in you. You believe the power pool they pull from this because of the history they build up in that quote unquote prologue, that first season, all the way up into this point. It's earned, man. Everything feels earned and fucking so well delivered that I absolutely love the fact that this trope works so well. It's like Naruto. When Naruto pulled up to the Leaf Village to save the Leaf Village from pain, it is that moment in this fucking second season. It's great, man. It's top tier greatness.
All right, let me talk. I'm sorry. I know you spitting. I agree with everything you're saying. Two things. Will and Asta shouldn't be in the same sentence.
No.
The second thing, and I don't think you're necessarily saying it in this manner, but this is how I feel. Trope blinders almost feels derogatory.
No, it isn't. It isn't.
I know it's not necessary, right? Because I'm just saying almost feels derogatory because this show has done so much so well.
It is tropey though. It's not.
Yeah. It does. It plays into so many other tropes, right? But what you also said is like they've given us history. They've given us build up. They've given us so much that there are some shows that are trying to play into these tropes that just don't do it.
You can set the blinders to it because it's done well.
Yeah. And that's what I agree with, is that because it was done so well, I don't even care about having blinders on. I'm cool with the trope.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing.
Yeah. I'm saying because it's like, I guess what I'm saying is that, you know, like you need blinders when you don't want to see it. I want to see the trope in this scenario because of how well they've delivered it, how well they laid out the groundwork, how well they've built up everything for this so far. It's not even about blinders.
Let me clarify.
I am thrilled.
Let me clarify
how this delivery has gone.
Yeah, because when I say the trope is there, Okay, we know the trope is there. You are excusing that trope because of it being done well. Hence, that's why the trope blinders exist. That's why the phrase is here now. It's here to stay. Because you know it's there. It's clear as day. It's punch you in the fucking face. It's the most 100%. Obvious. It's fucking Bleach. It's Naruto. It's fucking any type of. It's so all of that. But
when I'm just gonna say this because it's a clear spoiler. When Will's sword broke, I was like, oh yeah. You knew it was coming. I was like, oh yeah.
You knew it was coming, bro.
That's not the end of this moment, bro. That's not the end of this moment. My boy Will is about to get it. And then when what's her name? Elfaria? Elfaria was like, oh, my hand slipped. Was like,
that's the point that I'm making. It's done so well, man. It's done so well. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. This had I put chills, pun intended, because I literally got chills multiple times this episode. And it's crazy. It's fucking crazy. I cannot believe the fact that these motherfuckers brought out, hey, this has been the prologue from a character way off in the distance. You believe it. He say like, hey, this has been a prologue. Now y'all about to really see the real. Hey, I got you.
Mind you, bro.
He's 400 years old.
These villains have been cooking since episode 1.
100%.
Not necessarily, but since they got introduced in that dungeon, they have been cooking. These villains have been like on one.
You know the Trey Rags skit where he like, you was gonna win? I felt that this entire series. I'm like, these villains gonna win, man. How are we gonna win?
But that's good.
That's exactly right.
You want villains that feel like genuinely horrifying, but to see them grit their teeth animated in this episode, I was like, oh yes, Will, my guy, come on.
And he had those students up at the top. They were like, but he said
everyone had to root for him. And then
Shion come fucking sprinting in. Let's go. That shit was so good.
It felt like stage mode Naruto. Going into the nine-tail Kyuubi, you know what I mean? It felt like that kind of moment all over again.
Yeah, feel good.
But almost like just better quality. I'm not gonna say like it's superseding Naruto per se, but it was just better. It was just better.
I mean, we talking 2000.
Yes. There's been time, ability to develop.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. But because of that time in 2003, we got this. I will say that. I feel like this is personally, but I feel like whoever, let me go back to Annie list. They were clearly influenced by Bleach and Naruto. It is like, there's no way you can't say that this creator of original story, Fujio Mimura. Wait. No way. Is it the same? Original? It's the same person that did Daimachi. No wonder why. Okay, that makes sense. That's why the fucking writing is so good. Yeah, okay. Well, there's that answer. And it was active in 2013. Yeah. No, there's no way he wasn't influenced by Bleach or Naruto for both of those shows. Yeah, no, it's so good, man. It's so good.
This was a perfect shonen episode.
It was beautifully done in every sense of the way. Studio Atlas and Bandai Namco, of course, so we got money behind it.
Right. Don't worry. With the success of this anime, we're gonna get a video game coming soon.
Let me see. I'm trying to see.
It's gonna be an arena brawler.
Yeah, Atlas ain't really done shit else really that is of note to me. Maybe to some others, but Immoral Sisters. They did Immoral Sisters. That's hentai. The fuck? Anyway.
I say all that to say.
This shit was brilliant. 10 out of 10 on a review skill for this episode?
Oh yeah, easy. It was.
I'm trying to think of anything. Music, yes. I'm using another cover. I'm using another fucking cutscene from this as the clip.
It's got to be a fire with. Oh, my hand just slipped. That was cold, bro. That was cold. Oh, I was like, ain't no way.
It was incredible.
He looked at him in the face and was like, yeah. Yo, this was a great episode, and there was more than just that moment. There were so many moments.
So
in
many
this.
moments.
Mind you, what did Crystal say? Crystal was dogging the teacher from last episode to this episode, talking about. and mind you, I feel it. She said, "Let me wait till I'm finished with the episode before I actually say anything."
Oh, it's about.
Yeah, Wistoria just was just on one this season or this episode.
She said she stood up and cheered.
Yes, and that's exactly how I felt. Like, I'm sitting here and my kids are like, "Daddy, are you okay?" Yes, I'm okay. I'm better than okay right now.
Yeah, dude, the hairs on my arms are standing up. It was so fucking good. It was unbelievable. Anyway, with that, that's a wrap for episode 349. Next week we got a lot. Mid-season review, midterms. But I'm at Polow on all social media.
I'm at King Telliano on all social media.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check out our gaming podcast, and as always, Mike check.
You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu. Is that you? Is that you? Is that you? Is that you?